a lot of questions about at-home hair removal devices. Which ones are the best? How long will it be till you see results? Do they even work? And I'll tell you guys, for the most part, I haven't been impressed by any of these devices. But I want you guys to see something. These are Carly's legs. One leg she's used an at-home device on, one leg she hasn't, and you can definitely see the difference. So today we're gonna talk about the Kenzzi IPL laser hair removal handset. So like I said, today we're talking about Kenzzi, and I have a funny story. You guys can imagine we get a lot of sponsorship requests for this channel, and I say no to a ton of them. So when Kenzzi reached out, I was kind of like, I'm not really sure about this. I feel like at-home hair removal devices don't tend to work, at least not the way I want them to work. And Kenzzi was like, well, why don't you guys give it a try? So they sent us a couple of devices. I was pregnant at the time, so I was like, you guys try it out. Carly picked it up. She started using it and she started to see some real results. So then we started tracking it, and then fast forward to now, and I have now started using the Kenzzi. Carly is definitely using the Kenzzi, and we're gonna show you guys her results because this device is actually pretty cool. So this video is sponsored by Kenzzi. To give you a little bit of background about how the Kenzzi device works, it uses IPL, which is a form of light therapy. It uses different wavelengths that scatter across your skin at different depths, and that's how it's actually reaching like the hair follicles deep down. And you guys have seen IPL used in lots of different treatments. It helps reduce pigmentation in your skin, wrinkles, blemishes, and of course hair. The reason I bring up IPL is because it's a little bit different from what you get with a laser hair removal device. Laser hair removal is what they do more so in like a med spa or in a dermatologist's office that really focuses on one little area. It's really just a small controlled area of skin that laser hair removal focuses on, versus IPL that uses more of like a broad spectrum of visible light wavelengths. It's kind of like the beam of a torch, sort of. It covers a lot more of an area of skin versus that laser hair removal. And there are differences in the actual treatments as well. With an at-home IPL device like this, you can use it once a week. They actually recommend you use it once a week, versus laser hair removal, you have to get that done like every 6 to 8 weeks. If you're curious how to use it, you gotta make sure it's plugged in and then shave the area that you wanna use the device on. And you can actually use this immediately after shaving. So as soon as you've gotten out of the shower or something like that, this can be the first thing that you use. You just wanna turn it on. It's this button that's flashing right here. And you can see right here in this little window that it has the different lights. There's this pink light that tells you that it's ready to be used. And then if you press the green power button in the back, you'll see that the level changes. So it goes up to different intensities depending on your comfort level. So once you have it set at the level that you want it at, you're gonna place it on the area that you're going to use it on. So I'll demonstrate on my arms. You're going to just hold it down, and then you'll see there's that little pink light starts to flash. That means it's ready, because the whole window has to be flat on your skin. That's actually the reason why you don't need to use goggles while you're using this device, is because the light is being blocked by your skin. After that, you're just going to press the middle button. And then this is where it really makes your life easy, because you just have to hold the middle button down and you can keep moving. Or you can just move it and then press a button, but you don't have to. So watch this. You hold the button down, you move it, and it just keeps going. See? Very easy. So obviously that's on the first setting. It doesn't hurt at all. It just feels really warm. If anything, it kind of feels like a massage, like a warm, hot stone massage or something. So if you're wondering what are the differences between maybe an at-home IPL treatment like this versus laser treatments, first off, cost is a big factor here. This is $229. It might sound like a lot, but if you were to go in for laser hair removal, you're probably gonna spend that amount, if not more, at least in my experience, for one session. And what I'm thinking about is my legs, basically. So if you're gonna do your legs, which is a very big area, then it's going to cost so much more. Another big difference is this is way less painful. I wouldn't even call this painful. If anything, like the first couple of times I use it, it gives me like a little bit of a shock because it's warm, but you can adjust that warmth for your own comfort. So basically you can start off on the first level if that makes you feel better, and then you can work it up to a level that you like. All skin tones can use this except for really dark skin tones, and that's just because you want to protect your skin from hyperpigmentation. Unfortunately, if you're also blonde, a redhead, or even have gray hair, you can't use this because it uses that melanin in your hair to actually find it and then get rid of it, because it's going to the hair right at the bulb. So it's trying to get rid of that. So you do have to shave. You cannot wax or do anything that's gonna remove the bulb because it needs to have that too, because that's how it's destroying the hair follicle. And the best part, you guys, is you can literally do it at home. It's an at-home device versus having to schedule your appointments or buy a package, which they always try to sell you. If you guys have done this, you know what I'm talking about. They always sell you on like the package that's gonna get you the better price and everything, and you have to make sure you schedule so you get in, and then sometimes you don't fully use your packages. This you have at home. Even if you fall off for a little bit, you can hop right back on. You can do it while you're watching TV. It's pretty relaxed. You can just do this whenever you have some time to do it. And if you actually use it once a week like you're supposed to, you'll start to see some real results around 3 to 4 treatments. And then at 12 treatments, you'll see some major results. I always tell everybody, you're never going to truly get rid of all of your hair. Even if it seems like it went away for a while, you'll always have some kind of a regrowth. Your hair grows in different stages and it's not all growing at the same time. So you probably want to continue using a device like this. And that's why I really think something like this at home is great to have, because you know, you fall off. You can't keep paying for those treatments. You can't keep going back. So it's nice to have something that you can do at home. We're gonna get Carly in here to talk about her experience and that side-by-side that you guys saw earlier. All right, so you guys know Carly from my team. She is the one that convinced me that Kenzie works because you picked it up. So tell us about your experience. Just hit us with it.
I just want to caveat by saying I consider myself a hair removal expert because I'm very hairy. And so I know a lot about this topic.
Tell us what very hairy means to give some context.
I have dark hair basically everywhere. Well, not anymore.
Well, wink, wink. No, well, you've tried every hair removal treatment out there. Like every time I'm like, have you tried this, Carly? She's like, yes. Have you tried this, Carly? Oh, yes. Oh, I like that kind. You'll kind of break it down for me. She's tried everything. But the big thing is, you guys, is I saw the results and we've had her come in every single day and we're like, show us your legs now. And she's just kind of kept track of the process.
Since I was only doing one leg, I was purposely like taking videos when I had leg hair, but you could see that on the leg that I was treating, the hair there was less of it that was growing and it was growing slower. So it's not that it's hairless on my left leg, but you can just kind of see it's almost like the hair is not as like coarse.
I agree. And then the best part is when you touch it, it is so much softer. On the leg that she's been treating, it's so much softer versus like the leg that, and not that it's bad, but she's got that prickly feeling, you know? And on the other leg, she doesn't. So that's actually when it sold me. You can see visually what's happening to your legs, but when I felt your legs and one was super soft and one was a little bit prickly, I was like, okay, I want to try this.
Yeah. What I really liked about this device, especially for my legs, which is where I wanted to test it, is the size of this, because a big area like that, let's say if you were to go into a professional's office and they were to use, there are different heads for a laser hair removal device. They have one that's almost like follicle by follicle, and then they have like bigger ones that are for a bigger area. So something like this, I would say, is more comparable to like the bigger head, which is really nice on an area like my legs. So I liked this one because of the frequency that I could do it at home. Like I have done laser hair removal on pretty much every part of my body, like in with a professional. And the waiting 8 weeks doesn't sound that bad until you realize that you need to do like 10 to 15 treatments to like really get a result. So for something like this, where they say you need to do 12 treatments, that could be in the course of a couple months, not in the course of a couple years, which is awesome.
Yeah, you know, I think it's actually because they make you wait so long between the other treatments, the actual professional treatments, that I've fallen off. Because, and also because you want to see results pretty quickly, but you're not really seeing those results quickly. So then you're like, am I really gonna go back? It's a little bit pricey.
Another thing that I really liked about the Kenzie that I don't feel like I felt with other at-home devices is that, like how you said, there's like warmth and you can kind of feel it working. To me, that means it's working.
Yeah, that's true.
When I don't feel anything, it means nothing's happening. In my mind, at least, and in my experience.
Right, which, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not working, but I know what you're saying. You need to kind of feel it. It's like no pain, no gain kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you guys, I'm telling you, it's not painful. It's just more surprising, I think. Like the first flash is a little surprising. It's warm, and then it just gets a little bit warmer in intensity.
It was like totally gentle. There's no downtime at all. And with laser hair removal, that's another thing. There is a little bit of a downtime because you're really like raw and sensitive after. I remember I would have to come home and my mom would like soak a paper towel in like milk and I would put it on like my armpits because it was just like raw and it hurt.
Armpits are a very sensitive area.
Yeah, but for something like this, there was no downtime. time, and I was on the highest setting.
So Carly, thank you for being our guinea pig and showing your legs to the world, essentially, right?
Yes, my hairy legs, enjoy them.
Now you have to catch the other leg up. Anyways, you guys, if you want to try the Kenzzi IPL at-home laser hair removal device, I got you a code for $30 off. It's Susan30. I'll leave all the information below in the description box. I feel like it's one of those things where I want to see everyone else's before and after photos, right?
Yeah, and people in our Facebook group will do it.
Yeah, they'll do it. So find us in our private Facebook group. I want to see what you guys have to say about this. If you have any follow-up questions, obviously you can leave it in the comments below too, but we'll leave all that information, like I said, in the description box. You can find us on Instagram at Mixed Makeup. Carly's actually the one running the Instagram account for Mixed Makeup. And then you can find me at Susan Yara. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.